emotion.
We'll meet again.
That whole interaction, fantastic. Oh, what? This might be it for Xiao. I've got a bad feeling. Wait, did Xiao die? Wait. This is her. Oh, dude. All right, finally moving on to book 2 now. This is the Earth book, and I am about 99% sure I have no recollection of this part of the show at all. I don't even think I saw any of it when I was young. I didn't even know until last episode that Zuko had a sister. I do know her name now, Azula. I was telling my sister about how come I didn't know that Zuko had a sister after all this time, and she did tell me her name, but that's really interesting, and it's given me a lot to think about. They've already made her out to be a pretty big deal, right? And she's going to be going after Zuko and Iroh, so we'll see about all of that. Either way, it's really interesting and something I had no idea about. But I won't waste any more time here. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Check out the Patreon for early access. And with all that being said, enjoy the video.
Prince Zuko is a failure.
Here she is.
I have a task for you.
Super exciting stuff. Book the Avatar State. Hey, hold on now. We might be going straight into something really dope here. This is a flashback, clearly, right? All the times that he's been in the Avatar State, perhaps? And look at the way they're drawing him. He looks so angry. That's interesting.
Do you want to talk about it? Nah, just a nightmare.
It's not the first time he's been having dreams, though, right?
It was scary. I was scary.
That's interesting. I was scary. Maybe you're scared of what he can do.
I want you to have this. The water has unique properties.
Ooh.
Don't lose it.
Thank you, Master Paku.
Aang.
It's cool to see how their relationship has developed.
Waterbending. They're no substitute for a real master.
Hell yeah, Katara.
Sokka. Take care, son.
Oh, poor Sokka.
General Fong will provide you with
General
an escort
Fong.
to Mashu.
Or
There
Mashu.
you'll be safe to begin your earthbending training with King Bumi.
Boomy! Let's go. I knew Amashu sounded familiar. I couldn't put my finger on it. Obviously, it's where Boomy is.
Who knew floating on a piece of driftwood?
No way it's been that long. No way.
It's the anniversary, isn't it?
3 years ago today, I was banished.
Yeah, that's
I
huge.
lost it all. I want it back.
So he's still there.
I want my father not to think I'm worthless.
Yeah, okay, this is big. Big tone setting, I think. Yeah, here she is. Damn, she is a big deal. Damn, she got the clown shoes on as well.
My brother and my uncle have disgraced the Fire Lord and brought shame on all of us.
I get the feeling she's older than Zuko, but they've made her out to be a big deal. A prodigy, right?
Maybe you should worry less about the Tides, who've already made up their mind about killing you, and worry more about me, who's still mulling.
Yeah, alright, she's making a pretty significant first impression here. Flash to Sokka? Don't do this to me. Look. It's probably nothing, but I appreciate that. Even if it's just something to think about a little bit.
Welcome, Avatar Aang.
Hey, yo!
And welcome to all of you, great heroes. Appa, Momo.
Oh, look at this.
Sokka, the mighty Katara.
Mighty Katara.
I like that.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Sokka's sleeveless? I like it.
Avatar, you're ready to face the Fire Lord now.
What? No, I'm not.
With the kind of power he possesses, power enough to destroy hundreds of battleships.
Clearly
in a
something
matter of
going on
minutes,
here.
He could defeat the Fire Lord now.
Aang can only do those things when he's in the Avatar state.
Here we go.
It's a special state where...
I'm well aware. Your eyes and tattoos glow, and you're able to summon.
Okay, I think if they really laid it on thick with the little welcoming committee, then interesting. We'll see what happens.
I don't know how to get in or out of the Avatar state. Much less what to do once I'm there.
So it's decided then. I'll help you figure out how to get into the Avatar state.
Or perhaps he's just trying to rush things, you know?
People are dying, Aang. You could end it now. Think about it.
Another part of me was thinking maybe this guy wants to use Aang, so like the Earth Kingdom or something are the ones to win the war. But I think he's just on a different mindset, right? He just wants to end things ASAP. But very rash, very surprising. Oh. Okay. Okay. That's sick. So we saw Iroh bend the lightning before, right?
Almost isn't good enough.
But is there like lightning bending or something? Is this like an offshoot of fire bending? Whoa, that's a sick transition, man. He knows. Oh, that I didn't know it was like this.
Have you thought about our discussion?
I'm in.
Oh, Aang's like this
Fight
though.
the Fire Lord.
Nah, I don't know. There could be more to it. Oh, but he's been having those dreams, man. Yeah.
There's a right way to do this. Practice, study, and discipline.
Or just glow it up and stop that.
Soccer.
Go ahead and glow it up.
Katara, I'm just being realistic. I don't have time to do this the right way.
I mean, okay, I can understand that. We don't have a lot of time, right? We do constantly find ourselves in this show getting into things really quickly, often off of a snap decision from one of the characters like this. In this instance, Aang has just decided by himself without properly, you know, talking to at least Katara. But it's always leading to some sort of lesson here, and I think it's about maybe what Katara said just here. You know, the discipline and the training and doing things the right way.
In an ordinary warrior,
But perhaps this will help us find out how to more reliably get into the Avatar state.
it may induce the Avatar state.
It's working, it's working.
That's like a massive shot of coffee.
Because I don't have a good view of myself.
Maybe I can shock you into the Avatar state.
That's the last thing I expected.
You are wearing a ceremonial piece of clothing from each of the bending nations.
Why can't we just do what we did last time, right? It's the spirits, right? The spirit world.
You forget we have to carry everything ourselves now.
Hello, brother.
Oh!
What are you doing?
She did not mess around.
In my country, we exchange a pleasant hello before asking questions.
Notice how she says her country, not theirs.
Father's changed his mind. Family is suddenly very important to him. Father regrets your banishment.
Now this is Cap,
He
right?
wants you home. Did you hear me? You should be happy.
No,
Excited,
Zuko will see through this, I
grateful.
think.
I just gave you great news.
I'm sure your brother simply needs a moment.
Don't interrupt, Uncle. I still haven't heard my thank you.
Damn, she is that sibling.
Father regrets? He wants me back.
But this might be something Zuko really wants to hear.
I'll come to call on you tomorrow. Good evening.
But she's not gone about this the way I initially thought. She's gone for the diplomatic approach, first of all.
I'm not saying the Avatar state doesn't have incredible and helpful power, but you have to understand.
Okay, I think I see the connection between his dreams as well.
Watching you be in that much rage and pain
Yeah,
is really
yep.
scary. I can't watch you do this to yourself. I'm not coming tomorrow.
She's doing the right thing though, I think. They both probably feel like they're doing the right thing.
After 3 long years, it's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
It should be Iroh the one that sees through this. I should have known.
Brother to regret anything.
Father's realized how important family is to him. He cares about me.
I care about you.
Yes, sir.
If Ozai wants you back, well, I think it may not be for the reasons you imagine.
Yeah.
You don't know how my father feels about me. You don't know anything.
Zuko,
He's blinded.
things are not always what they seem.
I think you are exactly what you seem. A lazy, mistrustful, shallow
Oh,
old
a
man.
big switch up from Zuko, man. Yeah, that's tough. I mean, again, there's a good juxtapositioning here between Katara and Aang and Iroh and Zuko here. And it's both, in essence, to do with the Fire Nation. It's really good stuff. Aang wants to face the Fire Nation. Katara doesn't want him to. Zuko wants to go back to his dad. Iroh doesn't want him to. Really, just another really good juxtapositioning. More dreams. Zuko running away from him.
I don't think we should be trying to bring on the Avatar state.
Yeah, here we go. Now we're back.
Sure?
Yes.
Okay, what can he say? You're the Avatar. Who knows better than you?
It's probably a bit of Katara playing in the back of his mind that's made him change his mind.
Don't leave without me.
Uncle, you've changed your mind.
Family sticks together, right?
Ooh.
I can only reach the Avatar state when I'm in genuine danger.
I see.
Throw him in the deep end. But he's doing way too much now, right? Like, even if we're trying to get the Avatar state to beat the Fire Lord, attacking the Avatar like this, that's a bit too much, right?
What are you doing?
I believe we are about to get results.
This guy's a bit nuts, isn't he?
I'm not your enemy. I won't.
This is a classic Aang trait, of course. Oh yeah, I love a slow-mo.
You can't run forever!
You can't fight forever.
Talk it. Oh, transition. Iroh's sus of everyone.
Brother, uncle, welcome. I'm so glad you decided to come. Set our course for home, Captain.
Home. We're taking the prisoners home.
Oh, he slipped up. He's going overboard. Here we go. Don't mess with Iroh.
You lied to me!
Like I've never done that before.
Damn, she's not even gonna fight them. Oh, transition, man.
Maybe we should just make sure Aang's okay.
Katara's gonna get in danger somehow, and that's gonna trigger the Avatar state.
Maybe you can avoid me, but she...
Here it comes, here it comes. Into mud, that's tough.
Don't hurt her.
Man, earthbending's pretty dope. It's countering everything.
You could save her if you were in the Avatar state.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I don't see glowing.
Dude, this guy's a demon.
You don't need to do this.
Apparently, I do.
Dude, he's gonna snap. That's crazy he did that though. Even he doesn't mean to keep her down there, but he's in trouble now. This might make Aang do something crazy actually. That's the swipe in all of his dreams, man. Transition, that was the best one yet. Let's see what Azula can do. Oh yeah, dude, they're killing it.
You know, Father blames Uncle for the loss at the North Pole. And he considers you a miserable failure for
Yeah,
not
what a
finding
switch
the
up.
Avatar. Why would he want you back home?
Yeah.
Except to lock you up where you can no longer
He gonna
embarrass
snap.
him.
Ooh, damn. I like what Zuko's doing here though, these little fire daggers. Azula hasn't even done anything yet though. Oh, this lightning stuff, man. Oh. There it is. Let's go, Iroh. Now, can he do it himself or is he just channeling it? Because he did that with the natural lightning as well.
Your friend is safe. It was just a trick to trigger the Avatar state. And it worked!
He's gonna get what's coming to him though, I think. Oh man, this is a different looking Aang. Well, there might be deaths here, man. I'm not gonna lie. But this has been what Aang's been afraid of happening. Spirit world stuff, outer body experience. Oh, Roku and his dragon. This came out of nowhere.
The Avatar state is a defense mechanism.
Okay, here we go. This is important.
Designed to empower you with the skills and knowledge of all the.
That's why he can do the other bending techniques while he's in it.
If you are killed in the Avatar state, the reincarnation cycle.
Oh, it's like that, is it? This is important stuff to know, I think. But can we control it? That's the thing. That's what I want to know. Yeah, look what he's done, man. I'm shocked if there are no deaths here.
I'm sorry, Katara. I hope you never have to.
Yeah, now he might just boycott it.
Are you joking? That was almost perfect.
Get this guy out of here.
You're out of your mind.
I guess we'll figure it out on the way to the Fire Nation.
Yes, Sokka!
Anybody got a problem with that?
No!
Do you still want an escort to Omashu?
I guess the other guys are kind of
I
cool.
think we're all set.
She said, nah, screw you guys. Oh, but bro, can I look at that transition again? That's, I just love that.
Anyone who harbors these traitors will face the wrath of the Fire Lord. There will be no place left to hide.
Okay. Fugitive, Zuko, and Iroh. Okay. Damn. Oh, of course, we have to disguise ourselves. Okay. But I imagine it's probably a bit symbolic as well. No longer any way they can be part of the Fire Nation anymore. Wow. That was an absolutely fantastic episode. That is right up there. And I know I wouldn't stop fanboying over those transitions, but you can really tell they stepped up the production value for this season, right? Season 2. Even the way Aang was looking in some of the shots was significantly different. I don't know how much time there is between season 1 and 2, like when they were released back in the day. Even if there isn't much time between them, you can clearly see how much more effort they've put into the show at this point. Alrighty, so the big theme of this episode was obviously learning a little bit more about the Avatar state, which now we know, and I had no idea about this up to this point, but if Aang is killed while he's in the Avatar state, that is it. No more Avatar reincarnation cycle. So that's a bit of a game changer, because up to this point, it's kind of been portrayed as this super overpowered thing, like invulnerable, but it has a really big drawback, right? A pretty significant weakness, and it's probably more of a mental weakness, right? Knowing that if you are killed while in the state, you know, it's a disaster. And it seems like, at least for now, Aang has said he doesn't want to use the Avatar state anymore. He's been having all those nightmares, right, of like how he looks while he's doing it. Very angry, very aggressive. It's not necessarily who he is, and even Katara mentioned during the episode, going back to when Aang found Gyatso's corpse, the way that Aang was looking in the Avatar state, then, you know, she didn't want to see him like that. So it's very interesting stuff, and you have to think, hopefully there is a way that we can control this, or learn to control it, because it's happened in very different situations, right? The one they were talking about here is when his life is threatened, or someone close to him being Katara, or when he's very angry thinking that the Earth guy has pretty much killed Katara. It's happened multiple times when he's been, you know, submerged in the water and he's had no choice. It happened when he saw Gyatso's corpse. And the other time that was a different situation was 2 episodes ago, right? When he was pretty much in front of the moon and the ocean spirits, the koi fish. And that seemed to connect him to the spirit world. Perhaps I might be mistaken about that. Maybe that was him going into the spirit world, not necessarily being in the Avatar state. Or maybe it's just the same thing and I could just be getting that all mixed up, because he was in the spirit world and then the ocean spirit and him kind of did a thing, right? Anyway, the point of that was it seemed like he could connect to the spirit world through the physical beings of the spirits, right, to get into the Avatar state. So maybe that's another way he can do it. But they've dropped all that in right at the start of this book as a direct follow-on from the really epic scenes from last episode. So that might stay as a bit of a theme throughout the rest of the Earth book here. Now, the rest of the stuff in this episode, there was so many really good things here. Obviously, all the transitions and the juxtapositioning between Zuko and Iroh, Katara, and Aang, like I've talked about already, really stepped it up this episode. I really appreciate it. It's not going unnoticed. And I did mention during the episode that quite often we find ourselves in these situations because Aang or someone is making a really quick snap decision on their own, and it kind of leads to whatever lesson we're trying to learn in this episode. But Zuko did it a little bit as well this episode, but I think it's a little bit more understandable. Now, I shouldn't say that because Aang is also feeling the pressure of the deadline, right, of how much time they have. That's why he wanted to potentially rush into this. But Azula has come to Aang. What a character she is, by the way. A very, you know, she's a very stern, different kind of person than maybe Zuko was when he was still in the Fire Nation before he got exiled. But she has come to Zuko and told him everything that he wanted to hear, right? Ozai wants him back into the Fire Nation, regrets exiling him, family is everything. And I did say, oh, Zuko will probably see through this, right? But no, he was hearing what he wanted to hear. Just like the Earthbender, General Fung, I believe his name was trying to tell Aang what he thought he wanted to hear. Like, look, people are dying. We have a chance to get this done really quickly. Let's go for it. But Zuko got sucked into that. Iroh was the one who was wise enough to, at the very least, be on his guard for the possibility of Azula trying to take advantage of them, which of course he is. You know, Iroh is that guy. He's significantly older, more experienced, and he knows his brother Ozai really well enough to know that he doesn't really regret anything. And that's paid off as Iroh stayed on his guard that whole time and was ready to fight as soon as that one guy slipped up and called them prisoners. But Zuko switched up instantly on Iroh, right? There was so much like closeness and family, like nephew, uncle moments between them in the previous 2 episodes. It really seemed they were putting more of an emphasis on how close their relationship really is. But Zuko switched up instantly when Iroh was saying, look, maybe we shouldn't trust Azula here, because Zuko just wants to be accepted by his father. That's his whole driving force. And it's crazy that once we get to the end of the episode, they are just fugitives. Azula has wanted posters out for them, which is funny because in the whole of season 1, pretty much there were wanted posters up by the Fire Fire Nation for Aang, and now they're for Zuko. And they've cut their hair off, you know, because they have to disguise themselves, obviously, but maybe a little bit symbolic that they're actually no longer part of the Fire Nation. They are on the run. I really wonder if Zuko is going to start to rethink if he has an in now with the Fire Nation, right? Even if he does get Aang, captures him, is he ever going to be let back in? I think that would be really interesting if we can actually start maybe paying attention to that a little bit more, because I know what's going to happen. And let's talk about this lightning or thunder bending. What's going on? So Zuko mentioned Azula was a fire bending prodigy, right? And here she is just conjuring lightning, right, out of thin air. I had no idea this was a thing. We've only seen Iroh do it last season, but he was channeling the natural lightning, right? Like a lightning strike came down and he like channeled it and made it so it didn't hit Zuko and the other crew members. But Azula was pulling this straight out of thin air. Is this specifically a firebending thing? Is it specifically an Azula thing? It's super interesting because Iroh again channeled Azula's lightning, right? So we haven't seen if Iroh can create his own, but he's been able to channel it. So immediately I just want to know more about that. Is there like a fifth bending? Is it just a firebending thing? That's really dope. I want to know everything about it. And the last thing, I think it's really interesting that Azula went for the diplomatic approach here, trying to reprimand Zuko and Iroh, when I'm pretty sure she is just stronger, right? I know Iroh and Zuko got the better of her here, so maybe Iroh is a bit of an issue for her, because Iroh was the one, he took out all of the other Fire Nation members pretty much, and he came in super clutch and saved Zuko and knocked Azula off board. But she had the jump on them, you know, she was just in the house. I really thought after the previous episode that she was just gonna come in guns blazing, right? And that was the impression I got of her as well. But she was being very strategic about it, you have to give that to her. And if it wasn't for that one guy slipping up and calling them prisoners, who knows, maybe she would have actually been able to take them back. But it won't be like that anymore, right? Like she's gonna be out there with a vengeance now, you know, the secret is out. The Fire Nation is trying to catch the Fire Lord's brother and son. That's crazy, isn't it? But I think that's it for this one. They've really set the tone for this book. Just such a jump in episode quality to me. I don't know if it's because it's been a few days since I've watched the show or what, but that was a very enjoyable experience. So I'm gonna leave this one here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. And as always, please continue to leave your comments and feedback down below. You know, I always appreciate it, and we'll see you all in the next episode of Avatar.